Hello, this is Roland. Welcome. Today I want to continue talking about food. And I want to say that everybody has food problems, even if it's not obvious. And it has to be that way because we're all of the lineage of Adam and Eve. Adam had a food problem. Remember? He ate the forbidden food. As soon as he did, it was the act of eating. That was the act of disobedience. He ate. He ate the forbidden food because he was ambitious. Because he wanted something more. He made something more important than what was right. He disobeyed God. Okay? He doubted God. And he believed a lie because the lie was exciting. He could be big and powerful, and he could know good from evil and lord it over everyone with knowledge, and he could be God. See? So that's what we all struggle with, don't we? I mean, we all. That's the dirty little secret that nobody talks about, and that's that everybody's going around playing God. Okay? Everybody's judging everyone else. Look at her. Look at her shoes. Look at her husband. He's gaining weight. Look at her kids. Oh my God. Look, he's got earrings, and his daughter's got a tattoo. See? Like that. So we judge other people. So we go around playing God. See, that's God's prerogative to judge. He is the king and the judge of the universe. So he's worthy of worship, and he has the right to judge. But we, see, are not worthy of worship. We don't have a right to judge. It's okay to discern, to see what is, but without making a judgment. See? But we make judgments so we can play God. So we're just like Adam. So Adam had a food problem. He ate the forbidden food. And after he ate the food, he changed. He deteriorated. He devolved. He went from a life where he could have lived forever to a life that leads to death. And Adam did die. Death entered. Okay? And also a lowly existence. A lowly existence. No longer was he a friend of God, living in God's light with God's approval, on an endless journey of adventure, perpetually renewed, refreshed every day by the Creator. Now he had a lowly existence, an existence of shuffling around words, and ideas, and knowledge, and facts, and an existence of things. See, substitutes for the real thing. See, substitutes for the real joy, for real beauty, for real understanding. Substitutes. See, with this lowly existence, Adam had to work by the sweat of his brow and eat to live, and he had to reproduce to make new replacement bodies for because his own person was going to die, so he had to make replacement bodies to replace him. And so food became a necessity. It was by food that he fell, that he changed, that he lost paradise. Okay? And that's part of the title of my book, Forbidden Food. Forbidden food, the legacy of paradise lost and the promise of redemption. See, he lost paradise because of eating forbidden food. But then you can imagine that after he ate the forbidden food and lost paradise, and lost the beautiful life that he had, now he had to eke out a lowly existence. You can imagine that he might then look to food for comfort, to comfort himself with food. See? To remember the fall and what happened and the loss, and feel the pain of the loss. And the pain of the loss would intensify the need for comfort. And so he drew comfort from food. So the very thing which he had used to disobey, the very thing that brought guilt and anxiety and brought failure. See, Adam was a failure. Then he would use to escape into, to find comfort in. So don't we have the same issue today, that we use food to comfort ourselves and then it betrays us? See, you eat the food and then you gain weight, or you eat the food and it's not good for you and you have health issues. It betrays you, and then you resent the food. But then in your resentment, you feel even more empty and anxious, and then you eat food to take away that, you see. And also remember that when Adam ate the food, it lowered his consciousness. He had a consciousness that was very close, that was close to God, intimate with God. And so he had first-hand knowledge from God. In other words, first-hand intuition, realizations, insight, okay, about things. Wisdom. All these, and just beautiful realizations of spiritual truths. See, we're just right there because he was close to God. But when he fell, he lost that. And he fell to a lower state of awareness, kind of a hypnotic state of awareness, hypnotic state, if you will, where he was fixated to things. That's all he had was things, word things, see, object things, idea things. See, everything was a thing to which he could fixate. And then juggle those concepts and ideas in his mind, but without understanding, without the light. He fell from the light. See? So he lost all of that. He lost love, he lost enlightenment, and then he lost and he lost the awareness by which he could understand. So now he fell to a lowly consciousness. Okay? So you could see how now we, the progeny of Adam and Eve, you could see how we could use food like that too. In other words, now we're born in a fallen state, so it's not our fault. It's not your fault. See, Adam had a choice, and he blew it. Okay? But you don't have a choice. You're born without a choice. Or you haven't used your choice yet. God makes it possible for you to one day have a choice. Okay? But you haven't used it yet. Okay? So you're born to this compulsive, lowly, partially animal existence. That's what you get. That's your inheritance. Okay? So don't resent it. So it's important not to resent yourself. Don't resent yourself, your body, your issues, your failure, your lack, your need. See? Your helplessness. Don't resent any of that. Just see it. See it objectively and don't resent it. See, that's why a book like this is so good, because you get to see a bird's eye view. You get a bird's eye view. So you can say, oh, I see. See, struggle is not going to help any. So that's the other thing. I hope I already said it. If I haven't, I'll say it again. Don't struggle with your issues. It only makes it worse. See, you can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You need help. You need the light, so you can see and understand. So your issue, whatever your issues are, okay, are not to be condemned or condoned, just observed in God's light, which there's a magic in that. Okay, so you have to read some of my other books and watch some of my videos and so on. There's a magic in it, which you could discover yourself if you began on the path of meditation, proper meditation, my meditation. Okay, the path of wanting to know the truth, of discovery. See, if you want to know the truth, if you really and truly want to know the truth, you want to know the truth instead of wanting to be the truth. See, to know the truth. See, then you will discover the truth. Christ said, seek and you shall find. Okay? But it has to be sincere. You have to sincerely want to know the truth. And some of us are ready at a certain point after you've suffered enough. See, but anyway, don't struggle with your issues. Just observe them. Okay, so whatever your issues are now, don't struggle with it. Just observe them. Stand back. Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, count to 10. Get my book, Forbidden Food. Get the meditation. It'd be an eye-opening experience for you. See, if you love the truth, it'll be an absolute delight. Absolute delight. But can you see now how into this fallen condition we might then use food? Remember, Adam's consciousness was lowered when he lost closeness to God, when he lost closeness to the inner light. Then his mind became darkened, and all he had was imagination and thought things and word things to manipulate and juggle around. But he didn't have enlightenment. He fell away from that. So can you see then how a person now who, when reality begins to dawn, see, we walk around in our hypnotic trance, but sometimes we begin to snap out a little bit. We begin to snap out and we look at ourselves, and it's not a pretty picture. Or the morning after the night before, right? You say, oh my God. Yeah, you're beginning to wake up. Well, if you could begin to wake up if you could not resent what you see about yourself, okay? If you didn't resent it, just observed it, and bore it a little bit of pain, okay? Then a little bit of pain would refine into regret about what you see about yourself, and then into relief, and then into gladness. It's like a burden taken off of you. Okay? God takes the burden off of you. You've always tried to struggle to save yourself. You struggled with your issues. You've tried to save yourself. If you could just let go and let God, let Him take care of those, see? And the meditative path is the path to that. So can you see how a person then might use food to lower their consciousness? Why do people use drugs? What, to get high? Okay, first of all, they use food to celebrate, drugs to get high. Okay, but then eventually it's not a high anymore. What is it? Eventually it's to escape from the pain of reality, the pain of the truth, the pain of the anxiety when we begin to wake up and see, when your last fix wears off, your last food fix or drug fix or entertainment fix or emotion fix, whatever it was that you used to escape from the reality of your fallen condition. Okay, when it begins to wear off, then reality begins to dawn again. Okay, which is a good thing. But until you're willing to see reality without resenting it, then you will want to lower your consciousness again. So then you use food to lower your consciousness, or food type things like drugs, alcohol. See? So now you see what you're up against. So now you see why struggle doesn't work. Understanding is what you need. Not struggle. Understanding. Not condemning. Understanding. Okay? Well, yes, the book is very good. You can get it from me for a donation of any amount, or you can order it at Amazon.com. Okay, in a paperback, like this one, very nice, very handsome book, quality paperback, or you can get it in Kindle, either Kindle or paperback. So I recommend you do that. It could be a very good read. Could be just what you need. Okay. If you're struggling with any kind of food or substance issues, it could be just what you need. Okay, breath of fresh air is what it is. My name is Roland.